Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program sponsored by Delta.exchange. First, let us see what happened last week. The last week was just a consolidation with a negative bias. So, in the September series, the first 2 weeks Nifty shot up, and the third week Nifty fell, and fourth week was just a consolidation with a negative bias. But not only just a consolidation, it was a consolidation with huge volatility. So 150 point to 200 point, Nifty was moving on almost everyday basis. Now, look at technically. So the technically Nifty is still bearish. As long as Nifty is closing below 19,780, so technically it is bearish. If you can remember, for the last 1 week, I've been saying that 19,740, but now I changed to 19,780. So why? Because in the technical parameters keep changing on a day-to-day basis, so there may be some slight variation. So as of today, the Nifty 19,780 is a level. So if it is closing below that, is still considered to be bearish, and 19,780 to 20,080. So this is a neutral zone. A market neither bullish nor bearish. Above 2080, Nifty is considered to be bullish. So this is the technical setup. So sometimes technicals may fail, but most of the time my technicals work. So this is one thing. Now coming to the second type of analysis, looking at the pattern. So if you look at the pattern since April, so April, May, June, July, August, September. So since April, so I find one interesting thing. If the first trading session of the series is positive, then the rest of the series, the markets did not break the first day's low. So, however, in between 1 or 2 months, the first trading session was not positive. So, therefore, that month, it was a different story. So, if the first trading session of the month is positive, then the first day's low was not broken for the entire series. So, that is what is happening for the last 6 months. So, for this series, the last Friday, the first trading session of October series, so Nifty closed significantly positive. And that day's low is 19,550, precisely 19,551. So therefore, going by that logic, the Nifty should not break 19,550. So that is one observation, one pattern analysis. Now come to the second pattern analysis. This pattern analysis was not for a very long time, just only September. So in the month of September, when Nifty open around 19,200, the 19,000 put option had the highest open interest among the puts, and there was hardly any call writing. So the same thing was repeated in the month of October. The October last September series expiry. So Nifty expired around 19,500. October 19,500 put option had the highest open interest, and there was hardly any call writing. So going by this logic, Nifty should take support around 19,500. So combining all, we can say 19,500 to 19,550 is a good support. Now coming to resistance. Usually the round figures is considered to be a good resistance. So therefore 20,000 is a round figure, so that can be considered as a good resistance, but technically 2080 is a resistance. And people who have sold call option, they would have sold call option above this resistance level. So 20,100 call option they would have sold. So therefore we can say the support is around 19,500 to 19,550. And resistance will be 20,000 to 20,100. So that is applicable not only for this week, and maybe probably for the entire series also. Right, now coming to the data. So being the first week, so there will be usual data like monthly auto sales data, manufacturing PMI data, services PMI data, and then US jobs data, so and all those usual data, and more importantly coming Friday RBI policy. So since inflation is under control, even the US government skipped the rate hike, so probably this RBI policy we can expect some status quo. So probably this RBI policy may become a non-event. So these are the first week. The second week, consumer price inflation data, and then the results from most of the IT companies will be coming in the second week and third week. So remember, this is October series, so the corporate results will be the key event to watch. So most of the IT companies will declare results in the second and third week, and then sometimes towards the end of the third week or fourth week, stocks, companies like Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, Asian Paints, and a few other, possibly ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, and possibly even Reliance. So all these may come out with results during third or fourth week. So usually October month is considered to be a good month for stock markets, and that's mainly because of major festival like Deepavali, and globally also markets seems to have been extremely oversold. So if you look at Europe closed at 6 months low, and US markets are also not really that good. So there was a severe selling pressure all over the world. Now this US debt ceiling issue is also resolved, not exactly resolved, has been postponed by another 45 days. So again the problem will come on November 15th. So at least there will be some relief rally, and the market seems to be extremely oversold, especially in Europe and US. So generally October is considered to be a bullish month, and on top of which there was a huge underperformance in September in the global markets, but remember, not in Indian market. So in Indian market, the September Nifty was higher by about 400-500 points. So in India was not negative in the month of September. So by looking at all these things, so markets can be choppy, volatile, and 19,500 to 20,100 should be the range for the next few weeks. So you can take more bullish or more bearish view on breaching any of these levels. So by the way, I am supposed to tell you one very huge bet my son has taken on Friday. So he asked me, Daddy, shall I sell some options for Tuesday? So I told him, avoid selling options, and as long as there is a local holiday. And because if something happens, over the weekend, so assume that Monday US markets fall, right? And yesterday also fall, and Monday also fall. So 2 days of fall we have to factor in on Tuesday. Assuming that US markets go higher for 2 days, so we have to factor in 2 days. So therefore, it is always not a good idea to sell options ahead of a local holiday. And then he asked me, Daddy, can I buy options? So I said, I'm not a buyer of option. If you want to buy, you go ahead. And then he asked me, Daddy, you tell me what is the biggest risk in the weekend? I said, US debt ceiling. So if there is no resolution for US debt ceiling, the markets can crash, right? So then he said, Daddy, as an option buyer, one has to take a contra view. So now I'm going to buy some call options, and he bought some call options, Fin Nifty 20,200 call option. He bought it for 80 paisa. So he's hoping to double his money if it goes to 1 rupee 60 paise on Tuesday. So let us see whether my son is going to double his money or whether he is going to lose his money. So that will be interesting to see on Tuesday. I am also waiting to see my son's performance on Tuesday. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. So thank you for watching.